You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a different background on Skype from Matt. My name is Neal. Welcome to Triviality. Here with Jeff and Ken wearing our masks. How are you guys?
Good day.
Not bad.
Jeff seems to have a tension headache. He's pushing on his temples over here, his Shirley temples. How you feeling, Jeff? Okay?
Shirley temples, yeah. I feel pretty good, actually.
Good. Well, you got your haircut is curled like Shirley Temple. That's why I said it.
Got
Very
it
long.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Very long. Matt, how are you doing? It looks like you're doing fine, if I can see your background.
Just fine. I love when you reference the visual portion of our audio podcast. It's really great for all the listeners. So thank you, Neal.
Well, yeah, it just makes it feel like we're there with everyone listening, right? Like in the same room.
And they can always see it on our Instagram, I imagine, where that would be. So
yeah, and Jeff always might be, in a Nightcrawler fashion, like Jake Gyllenhaal taking pictures from afar in the shadows.
But to those who can't check it out or haven't checked it out yet, looks like he is sitting in the room replacing the cartoon dog where the room is entirely on fire, saying it's fine.
Yes. Well, if there is one person who's going to be spitting fire today, it is not Kanye West, Common, or I guess 2000 Lupe Fiasco, but we're joined here by one of our Patreon supporters and someone that we've had the pleasure of meeting many times and hopefully many more in the future, and that is Kendall Portillo. How's it going, Kendall?
What's up, guys?
Thanks for joining us.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you. You as well. I was practicing my voice exercises before that.
Unique New York.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
Oh, yeah, we always do that too, right, boys?
Oh, yeah. We do a lot of vocal exercises, but
we're very professional around here.
You get pretty deep with the vocal exercises, but I just try not to have it be too physical.
Okay.
You're doing yoga and stuff, so
yeah.
You're Cobra. So, Kendall, what have you been up to lately?
So, since I was on last, I bought a house.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing of note. Oh, and I bought a puppy. That's actually way better than the house. So, Rocky is here by my side. Hopefully he won't jump up and start licking me or something, but he's very cute. You guys will like him.
Rocky is doing some sit-ups right now in a barn.
Yeah.
He's chasing chickens.
Running up and down the stairs in Philadelphia.
Does he have a pet turtle?
Yes.
He does? Okay, good. Well, as we've said to you before, you are one of our many Triviality counsel. So thank you for your pro bono service.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm still waiting on the retainer, but yeah, pro bono, I suppose we're still going with.
We sent a bunch of retainers.
We actually have some work for you. We might pay you.
Yeah, exactly.
So far,
yeah,
we haven't had any work. So.
At this point, you're just going to be getting a lot of dental retainers, but it's just a symbol of an IOU.
Oh, I already have one of those.
Taylor Cook makes the retainers that we send to our council.
Taylor Cook is not an orthodontist, guys.
Well, how about that Ponzi scheme, though? Taylor Cook for free makes retainers for us to give to Kendall for free work, for law work. It's just the circle. It never stops.
I think we got a plan. I think this is going to work.
All right. Well, Kendall is hosting today. We're super excited. So recently we got some stats, and the stats stated that me and Matt were basically the worst people alive to be a team together, right?
Very bad at this game. 3-16 is our record.
But you know what? That put a little chip on my shoulder, and I want to take these down. So we're going to be a team today. And what's the name of our team?
Statistically the worst.
Statistically the worst.
Yeah, Woo! Jeff, our team, not necessarily inspired by Schitt's Creek, but just sort of an add-on of Schitt's Creek. But what's our team name?
We will be Simply the Best.
Simply the Best.
You guys are so full of yourselves.
Well, here's the thing, though. We're happy to play, but we don't care about winning, which I think that's where the confidence comes from. And that's how we're going to excel today.
All right. Well, which rules guy you want to hear from today?
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles. I don't think we have that one yet.
Yeah, we're going to have to do an excavation, I think.
All right, let's toss it to the classic rules guy.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
The cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Darren, you're great. Answer our emails to come on the show.
For real, I'd love to have Darren on.
We keep bouncing emails back and forth, and he says he wants to do it, but we got to get a schedule working. But we need him here because we have to do a live reading.
Let's do it.
All right, Kendall, we're ready.
Okay, sounds good. This is my first game that I've ever written, so I'll try to follow Jeff and Neal's advice of not caring, and maybe it'll turn out okay.
You'll be fine.
That's what we like to hear before the game. Let's see.
I just wrote it. No, I have been working on it for a couple weeks now. So question 1 is in food. As in most mob movies and television shows, Italian food has a big presence within the TV series The Sopranos. In one episode, Meadow Soprano tells her grandma not to eat the gabagool because it's nothing but fat and nitrates. What type of cold cut is gabagool?
I think we can lock in here. Matthew?
Oh, perfect.
Do you know?
I don't. I was hoping this question was going to go to the baked ziti because they were very upset that there was no baked ziti.
I am somewhat
That was
Italian.
AJ.
That's right.
I am somewhat Italianish, so we are locked in.
All right, so gabagool, I believe that's the monster that Vincent D'Onofrio studied in Sinister.
Yes, that sounds right.
You watched The Sopranos. I actually have never. I mean, I've seen like 5 episodes, but I've never watched it. So,
I mean, it's got to be like a salami
salami,
type thing,
capicola,
right?
maybe. Just
Yeah.
think of what's in an Italian sub. The 3 main meats. It's salami, capicola, and Gennaro.
Gabagool.
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 Gabagool. Maybe it's like salami, or what about prosciutto?
It could be. I don't know, but you seem to want to go in a certain direction, so take it whichever way you want.
Well, there's only one direction to go, and hopefully it's the right answer.
Zane.
Prosciutto? Let's go prosciutto.
All right, let's lock it in.
I believe gabagool is salami.
Okay, so Neal actually said it, but neither team got it with the specificity needed. It is capicola.
Oh, I thought it was salami.
Figured it was one of those.
All right, just lost my Italian cred. That's fine.
Italian cred gone.
I didn't know you had any.
I'm
No, I
telling
don't.
all the Italians.
That's okay.
Okay, question 2.
Yes.
Okay. Animals. Horses use different gaits, aka leg movements, to get around. I want you to put these gaits in order from the slowest to the quickest. Canter, trot, amble, and gallop.
Okay, we're going to lock in over here.
Okay, so Jeff and Neal are locked in first for a change. Oh, there's a horse in the studio. Crazy. I
a
think
Foley artist in here.
what I think is we just take the order that it's in and move amble to the front. So I think it goes amble, canter, trot, gallop. Is that what you were thinking, Matt?
So I definitely thought trot and gallop were the last 2, and then I was torn because I know amble, when people say somebody ambled over, they generally mean like slowly or lazily.
Yeah.
So that would make sense that would be the slowest. So
Would canter be even slower? I don't think so.
I don't know. I've never heard anybody canter anywhere.
Okay, so we're going to say amble, canter, trot, gallop.
So Jeff and I had a private preamble to discuss this. Jeff, what do you think?
Yeah, we're going to go amble, canter, trot, and gallop.
So both teams with the same order,
Yes.
it sounds like.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Unfortunately, you have canter and trot mixed up. So actually, first is amble. You're correct. It's like a walk. And in horses, it's typically 4 to 8 miles per hour. Second is trot, which is usually 8 to 12 miles per hour on average. Canter is 10 to 17 miles per hour. And gallop is 25 to 30 miles per hour.
Same as me. Well, looks like so far we are both simply the worst. So
That's true.
Let's turn this around. Question 3.
All right. Geography.
No.
Keep turning it.
All
Not good.
Carlsbad Caverns National Park boasts deep rocky canyons, flowering cactus, and more than 120 caves within the park. Last year, I went to Carlsbad, California for my birthday, and I was devastated to find out that the Carlsbad Caverns are not located there. In fact, they are not in California at all. What state holds this enchanted national park?
Yeah, I'm going to have to leave it up to you. Yeah, I'm not too sure on this one.
All right, we'll lock in a guess.
Okay.
Okay, so me and Matt were texting. We caught the word enchanted kind of jumping out to us, but we don't exactly know what that means. The movie Enchanted, maybe?
Yeah, but I don't know. That had nothing to do with anything. I don't
It's in
think.
New York City, right? New York City.
Yeah.
Enchanted. Oh, is that the state slogan of somewhere?
Oh, it's possible.
New Mexico?
Oh, I think it is.
Oh my God, Kendall just cannot keep her emotions contained.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't look
I
over
have
there.
no poker face.
All right, let's go with
And Ken just flipped me off.
let's go with New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, widely being known as the land of enchantment, I said New Mexico.
You both are so smart. That's the correct answer. And you got the hint with no help from me and my facial expressions.
So our new plan is to just say things until Kendall smiles and lock in.
I'm turning my video off.
We're just waiting for Kendall to go, "You're so smart." That's all we need. That's all.
That's gonna be our new drop for whoever
Yay.
wins. You're so smart.
Okay, question 4 is trends. You guys are pretty trendy. Maybe you'll get this one. TikTok is a social media platform for creating, sharing, and discovering short videos where people express themselves through singing, dancing, comedy, and lip syncing. However, this social media service was not always called TikTok. What was its name from 2014 up until 2017?
No, I know this one. We can lock in.
Great.
I believe, even though I'm on TikTok all the time, I think it's the same creators of Vine, the same company, because it got shut down and then they.
Oh, could be.
It was I think it's Vine. I mean, because it was like, what's the difference between Vine and TikTok? I was like, well, you got 15 seconds on Vine, but now you have 60 seconds on TikTok and all that good stuff. I'm just trying to remember.
Could be. I haven't heard of Vine in a long time, so.
Yeah, I think that's right. Oh, I can't remember. All right, let's just go with it because I can't think of anything better. We're going to go with Vine.
So the guys from Vine went on to create HQ Trivia, and that's what they did after Vine. This one was actually started as just a lip sync video kind of thing, and it was called Musical.ly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, statistically, the worst got that right.
All right.
Good job.
I know my teen girl apps. I told you. I'm on top of this.
I'm rooting for the underdogs. Just kidding. I don't have any allegiance to anyone. Question 5, sports. What NFL team name turns into an NBA team name when one letter is removed from it? So to be clear, I'm not referring to the city name of the team.
You know what my favorite basketball team is? It's the Kansas City Chefs.
What the hell is it?
Wow.
Sorry.
When I hear it, I'm going to be so
Who
mad.
could forget the Chicago Ears?
Yeah, we got it.
We're locked in.
Oh my God. Thank God.
Yay!
And it definitely is the Kansas City Chefs.
Okay. All right, we thought about this long and hard, and we just cannot come up with the answer here. Kendall got us, so unfortunately, it looks like the boys across from me do have it, so looks like we're going to be tied.
Yeah, we spent a very, very long time. Obviously, you won't hear this on the recording, but it might have been the longest we've ever deliberated a question before. I wrote what the answer was first, but I didn't even think about it, and Jeff clued into it, I think, from the NBA angle, but I'll let you take it.
This is really painful for me to say, Matt, because I'm going to give you 2 players, and you're going to kick yourself. So I'll start with Reggie Miller and Detlef Schrempf.
Well, I know it's the Pacers, but what?
Packers, Matthew.
Packers.
Oh, no. It's because of the...
And I texted Kendall after we figured it out, and I said, of course you would pick the Packers.
My favorite team, and a little slight to you Chicago boys.
In more ways than one.
When I was writing NFL teams, I wrote Bears, Lions, Vikings, and then just skipped over the Packers because I can't do it.
Your bias runs deep, I suppose. But that's why simply the best is the best. They went through all the divisions and
Oh my
got
God.
there. Good job, you guys.
Thank you.
All right. So we are tied 20-20 after the first 5.
Yes. I was thinking of Matt yesterday. Colin Cowherd, right? Is that the radio guy? I listened to his just his show, and it's kind of like once you boil it down, all these sports guys, all they do is just say facts. If you ever noticed that, like I was listening to him, and he was like, "This isn't him, but it's just an example." He was like, "Baker Mayfield, Heisman Trophy winner, great right arm, Cleveland Browns, season 4." Am I right? And I'm like, "You're just saying facts that we all know." Anyway, that's what
Have
they
you
all sound
listened to
like.
Jim Rome? He's the worst.
Oh, is he? No.
In that regard, I don't know. I kind of like him. He's like clones. That's what he calls his followers.
Ken likes Jimmy Roma.
I don't even know who that is.
That's Al Pacino from
Yeah,
Blank.
As Thanos said, I don't even know who you are.
Please, let's move on.
Moving on. Okay, Matt is crying. Question 6, movies. New Line Cinema is a film production studio and a label of Warner Brothers that was established in 1967. But their first commercially successful movie was released in 1984. It was a horror movie that spawned a profitable franchise, which led to New Line Cinema being nicknamed The House That Blank Built, with the blank being the main character in the horror franchise. Please fill in the blank.
We are locked in.
Of course you are.
Yeah, that sounds the best over the house that Michael built and the house that Jason built. Freddy definitely sounds like he would build a house.
Not the house that Jack built, huh?
Not the house that Jack built. That's a different kind of horror. But we're going to say the house that Freddy built for Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes, I agree. We went the house that Freddy built.
Good job. Both teams played hard. Good job, you guys. You got it. It's the house that Freddy Krueger built.
We need you if the studio is on fire, like Matt's background. We just need you to go, "You're doing great, guys. It's okay," and we'll just forget that we're just burning.
It's all fine.
Good job. Good effort.
Okay, question 7, holidays. Mother's Day became an official U.S. holiday in 1914. Within 5 years, when did Father's Day become a holiday? And I will say it's after Mother's Day.
I think me and Matt will go ahead and lock in with a quick guess here because we don't know.
All right, so they locked in. We figured maybe World War II era. I don't know, Jeff. 19 within 4, right?
I was thinking anywhere from like the 40s to like the 50s, possibly even the 60s. But
Yeah. It's either a trick question and it's the same year, like 3 months after, however long Father's Day is after Mother's Day, or it's like a significant amount of time.
Right.
So do you want to go 1943?
Sure.
Okay.
I'd criticize them trying to reason out like a pure guess answer, but the statistics don't lie. They do better than us. So we said on a random guess 65.
Oh, all right. So neither team was within 5 years, but team statistically the worst was much closer. It's actually 1972.
Oh.
Yeah.
A little outside.
But something
I knew-
funny
Go for it.
is that Anna Jarvis is the woman who created Mother's Day, but she later denounced its commercialization and spent the latter part of her life trying to get it removed from the calendar.
Oh, wow.
And I think we should honor her wishes and abolish Mother's Day.
That's a bold take. Abolish Mother's Day.
Sorry, Mom. Okay. Question 8, music. NSYNC has a song titled Space Cowboy, which debuted on their 2000 album No Strings Attached. Neal might be partial to NSYNC's song, but I prefer a different song, also called Space Cowboy, that was released in 2018 on an album called Golden Hour by this pop country musician.
Oh, I thought you were going for the Lisa Left Eye Lopez question there, and I was excited.
What question is that?
She raps on the song Space Cowboy with NSYNC.
Does she?
Yeah.
Oh
See,
my
I thought she was
gosh,
going
I
to ask
love
us about
her.
the movie Space Cowboys.
No idea, Matt. Pop country is my least favorite thing in the world.
I've recently got into a little bit of it, and I think I've heard this on a playlist of popular songs, so I think we can lock in.
All right, we are locked in. Thanks to Matt, though, because for me, my list of least favorite things goes pop country, coronavirus,
Wet socks.
wet socks. That's your list, Jeff.
Okay, Ken didn't contribute to this question. He has no affiliation with pop country. Noted.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jeff, we didn't think it was the Chicks or Lady or Bellum. I forget what they're called.
It's Lady A.
Lady A, baby.
Thinly veiled racist name that's still racist.
Lady Antifa, as I prefer them to be called.
Yeah, we weren't sure. As I joked with Kendall, I thought this was going towards the way of Lisa Left Eye Lopez, but we just figured cowboy, pop, country. Maybe it's Lil Nas X single number 2. I don't know. That's what we went with.
No, I think she leans more pop than country, I think. But I think it's Casey Musgraves.
Good job, team statistically the worst, and Matt only because Ken didn't participate in this question. Good job. It's Casey Musgraves.
Just so you know, I wasn't boycotting. I just didn't know.
Well, I saw you hold up a picket sign and say, I'm not answering.
He refuses.
I inflated a giant rat in the studio.
Okay. Question 9. Potent potables. Apparently, people are upset that there is not a white wine emoji, even though there was a year-long campaign by this winemaker to convince Unicode, the organization that controls emojis, to add the symbol. Name the winemaker that tried their darndest to get white wine added to the emoji lexicon.
Oh, boy. Kendall, are you a white wine or red wine person?
Red wine all the way. I'm glad there's not a white wine emoji.
Okay, we are going to go ahead and lock in here. We have a guess.
Okay, so I'm just thinking barefoot, or I
don't know wines.
Okay, $2 Chuck. I'm just trying to think. Coppola.
$2 Chuck.
Yeah, we'll just go barefoot.
Don't you hate feet, Neal?
I do hate feet, but that was the only thing.
Can't believe you can even say it.
There's a thing on Twitter about that famous Pulitzer Prize winner Joyce Carol Oates apparently had poison ivy on her foot, and it's like the worst picture.
So disgusting.
And I've been trying not to look at it on the internet because I'm really afraid it's going to ruin my life. So I haven't yet.
I'm just going to change it to my Skype background.
Oh, please don't.
I had heard that Tarantino was a fan of barefoot wines. But we locked in with the classiest of boxed wines, and we said Franzia.
Ooh, both teams are not getting points.
Shame.
It's Kendall Jackson.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that wine, but I didn't even... That makes sense. No relation.
Yeah, I'm too vain to not have like a Kendall question somewhere in here. Sorry.
I hope there's still a Kendall Jenner question. I'm ready.
You'll be ready. Okay, question 10, anatomy. Where is your gastrocnemius muscle located?
Yeah, we will lock in that answer.
Pretty quick from the guys here. I guess they probably broke that word down a little bit. I hear gastro, which makes me think of stomach. Do you think it's maybe that valve that opens and closes on your stomach during digestion?
Well, the end of the word, the eus or whatever, makes me think it's something in like a tendon. I don't know why. That was what I first thought it was something in the... But yeah, you would think the gastro would mean something in your stomach.
Do you want to go with stomach and hope?
Yeah, let's stick with our gut and go with tum-tum.
We're literally sticking with the gut. Going with stomach.
Yeah.
Yes. We went a little higher than that, and we said esophagus.
Ooh, sorry, you guys. Everyone or most people I asked also said stomach because of that gastro origin of it. And that is what it means, but it's actually the stomach of the leg. It's your calf muscle. So
they always call that the stomach of the leg.
You know,
I've never heard that. Yeah.
After the first 10 questions, looks like we are ahead by 10 points. We have 40, and these losers across from me have 30.
Okay, that brings us to the swing round. NBA jersey sponsors.
All right.
The playoffs are in full swing right now. So in 2017, the NBA allowed companies to advertise directly on team uniforms. I'm going to give you a list of companies and also a list of NBA teams, and I want you to match the NBA team to the company that is advertised on their jersey. Some of these corporate sponsorships will inherently make sense, and many of them don't at all. But try your best, and it's matching. So here we go. Zenni Optical, that's Zenni. Second one is Goodyear. Third is Harley Davidson. The fourth is Disney. 5 is Bumble. 6 is Wish. 7 is Squarespace. 8 is Zatarans. You know, like that.
Zatarans.
Yes, Zatarans.
Yeah.
General Electric is 9. And number 10 is Motorola.
I know one of them for sure.
Luckily, we get the teams. Kendall?
Yeah, you get the teams. Your teams are your Los Angeles Lakers. Woo! Your Boston Celtics. Boo. New York Knicks. Chicago Bulls. New Orleans Pelicans. Los Angeles Clippers. Indiana Pacers. Second appearance on this quiz. Cleveland Cavaliers. Milwaukee Bucks. And Orlando Magic.
All right. At this point, it sounds like all the answers are locked in. So let's get the corporate sponsors, and then we'll match the teams.
Zenni Optical.
Yeah, so I see this on my Ryan Archidiacono jersey. This is the Bulls.
Oh, man. Yeah, we just guessed Pacers.
It is the Bulls. Next one is Goodyear.
I believe this is the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yep, we also went Cavaliers. The Clavicleers.
The Clavicleers.
Yes, it is your Cavaliers. Goodyear was founded in Akron, Ohio, so not exactly Cleveland, but still Ohio. Good job. Okay, Harley Davidson.
This one I always associate. I think Brooke and Robin Lopez riding them around, and I think it's the Bucks.
Yeah, Jeff mentioned that they have their factory up in Wisconsin, so that's why we went Bucks.
Yep.
Good deduction from that. Yes. And Brooke and Robin Lopez, yeah, have that on their jerseys. The next one is Disney.
Home of the bubble and home of the magic.
Yep, I got the magic inside me. Went magic.
Cool. Yeah, that's the right answer. The next one is Bumble.
Sponsor of my new favorite team, the Los Angeles Clippers.
That was totally my deduction. I was like, which app would Matt like? And I put Bumble, and it's probably the Clippers. That's what we went with.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, that's exactly the only reason I picked it.
Yeah, lame. All right, now it's Wish.
Yeah, slightly worse than the last team we named. I believe this is the Lakers.
Get out. Slander. Okay. What is your guys' answer? Simply the best.
We also went Lakers.
Good job. Double points to you.
Double points.
Not allowed.
For the whole game.
Squarespace.
This one I'm pretty sure I saw in an RJ Barrett jersey for the New York Knickerbockers.
Ooh, thank God we put in the right promo code. We also went New York Knickerbockers.
Are they sponsoring this podcast?
Not yet, they're not.
Ah, darn it.
Oh, we said that we would let them sponsor if they could win.
Zatarans.
Zatarans, the only one that makes sense would be the Pelicans.
We said the same.
Good job. The next one is General Electric.
Running low on teams. I'm pretty sure this one's the Celtics, though.
Yep, we were between Bulls and Celtics, so we figured it was a bigger city. We also went Celtics.
All right, then. I think you guys are perfect so far, right? So who's Motorola?
Well, we are. These guys.
No, we're going to have two. We're going to miss two.
Who's Motorola?
Motorola is the Pacers.
And we thought that was the Bulls.
The Bulls. Oh, I forgot. You got your own team wrong. Got it.
All right.
All right. So, good job to both teams.
Yeah.
Very good job, Ken.
Thanks. Good.
I think we did really good there.
Yeah. Good job, Matt. Thanks for carrying us for that one. That brings us up to 90 with a perfect score in the swing round. You guys are at 70.
All right. Matt is posting a lot on Instagram and social media. So before we throw it back to Kendall, just join us over at Triviality Pod and see what we're posting. Jeff's probably going to take a picture of Kendall and Matt today, and it'll be up there. So go back through our feed. All right, Kendall, what do you got in store for round 2?
Round 2, question 1 is more music. The Eurovision Song Contest is an international song competition featuring participants representing primarily European countries. The contest began in 1956 and continues to this day, although it was canceled this year due to COVID-19. What country is lucky enough to have the most Eurovision wins?
So I've been a little obsessed with this after I saw the movie on Netflix, and I remember learning this fact, but I'm trying to see if I can remember. I think it's this, Jeff.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to lock in.
What's the song from the movie, Neil, that I keep requesting?
Yeah, yeah. Ding dong.
Ding dong.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Is it funny?
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good, actually.
All right. Matt texted me the thing that was in my head. So just as Matt Stradamus predicted, we are going to go with Sweden.
Yes, we also went with Sweden.
Oh, maybe I should read the question again. What country is lucky enough to have the most Eurovision wins?
Well, we said Sweden and we're wrong. So what is the right answer?
Answer
maybe
is
Ireland.
Ireland with 7.
Oh.
I think what I got in my head was Will Ferrell learned about it through his wife, who's Swedish. I think that's what happened. And the artist who sings for Rachel McAdams is Swedish. And ABBA, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, cuties. All right. Question 2. Holy smokes, more music. The United States' Now That's What I Call Music, Volume 1 came out in 1998 and featured songs such as Say You'll Be There by the Spice Girls, All My Life by Casey and JoJo, and Barbie Girl by Aqua. The U.S.'s Now series just came out with their latest volume on August 7, 2020. Within 3, what volume are they on?
We are going to lock in over here.
Just picking a random number? Or?
No, we had a little bit of I had a little bit of background on it.
Okay.
I think it's like 50 plus. Like it's really high from what I've...
I picked up some vibes in the airwaves that were just telling me 64 for some reason.
Okay. Yeah, I think because I know that they were putting out like almost 3 a year, like 3 to 4 a year during like the peak of it when people still bought CDs. And now they still put them out. So I think that's going to be pretty close. And I would know if they were up to 69 because the internet would have let me know.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're there yet. So I think we can say 64 is a good answer.
All right.
We might be a little lower. I knew it was definitely over 20 or whatever the difference is between 98 and 2020. But we went 35.
Oh, both teams guessed low.
Wow.
It's actually 75. That's the one that just came out on August 7th.
So
I looked at the list and I was like, who the heck are these people?
Are you telling me that Now That's What I Call Music is so out of touch that the internet missed that it was That's What I Call Music 69?
69 was probably like last year, seriously.
So they're doing like 5.5 a year.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. And then how about the bonus question for 2 points? Okay?
All right. Sure.
What Radiohead song was on the first Now album in 1998?
It's got to be the only one everyone knows, right? Like Creep, probably?
Mm-hmm.
Creep was like 93,
That was earlier.
Oh, that was earlier, huh?
Yeah.
Which one was it? We both lose.
It is Karma Police.
Oh, that's the other one I couldn't think of, yeah.
That is what we get.
So now That's What I Call Music 69 had some hits like Shawn Mendes' Lost in Japan and Broken by Lovely the Band.
Don't know.
And the big hits Taki Taki by Selena Gomez and Cardi B.
Certainly don't know it. All right.
Yeah, I never heard of any of those. Okay, moving on. Question 3, food, kind of. Pizzagate is a debunked conspiracy theory that went viral during the 2016 U.S. presidential election. The conspiracy theory falsely claimed that emails to and from Hillary Clinton's campaign manager contained coded messages that connected many Democratic Party officials and U.S. restaurants with an alleged human trafficking ring. The restaurant in which Pizzagate gets its moniker is a celestially named pizzeria in Washington, D.C. Please name this pizzeria.
Once again, that is debunked.
Oh, but our emails, Ken. The emails.
False.
Do you have any ideas, Jeff?
No, I'm just sitting over here getting angry. It's fine.
I initially thought Pizza Planet, but then I remember that's Toy Story.
Yes, it is.
So I was wrong.
We're going to lock in.
I said Seventh Heaven, and Matt said that's the bar from Final Fantasy, which is accurate. But it could also be right. Actually, that last thing I sent you, though, I think might be right. Nova's.
Mm-hmm.
That is a celestial
it's
thing.
It's a good pizza joint in Chicago, too, right?
Sounds Italian.
It's Villanova's, but close.
You want to go with Nova's?
Yeah, let's go with Nova's.
All right, it's pretty celestial.
We wrote Astro, Saturn, and then we kind of liked Stardust. We have no idea why, but that's what we put.
All right. Well, no points here. I'm glad you guys weren't on that conspiracy theory, I suppose. But the answer is Comet Ping Pong.
Oh, okay.
Sounds delicious.
Never would have got there.
You haven't heard of it? I want to go.
That was the other song in Fire Saga.
Comet Ping Pong.
Comet Ping Pong.
Okay, question 4. Speaking of comets, a comet was discovered on March 27, 2020, which was visible to the naked eye by July 2020, and is one of the brightest in the northern hemisphere since the Hale-Bopp comet in 1997. What is the name of this smart comet?
All I can think of is it Taj Mowry's smart guy?
Oh, I was going to make that joke. You're on top of it today.
Don't call Taj Mowry TJ Henderson on Twitter, or he will block you.
Are you speaking from personal experience, Kendall?
Maybe.
After shooting a couple names back and forth, we are going to go ahead and guess.
Yeah, we have no idea here, but Jeff wrote down an answer that I think logically makes sense.
We're going to go iComet.
iComet. We're going to go with smart guy also, Hawking.
Okay, so it's actually an acronym. It's called NEOWISE, and it stands for Near Earth Object Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer, because it was discovered by NASA's Explorer mission of the same name. Yeah, this is a pretty big thing in July. I drove out to Joshua Tree to find it, and we got there too late, so didn't see it. But then I was sad. My husband took me the next day somewhere else to see it. And it was really cool.
Nice.
So don't worry if you didn't see it. It's going to come around again in 6,000 years.
I knew some people at Joshua.
I'll set my watch.
I knew some people at Joshua Tree who said they saw things, but I think it was for different reasons.
Is this a too hard?
No. We are too dumb. That's what it is.
No, you guys are so smart.
I don't care. I don't care what the scores are as long as I win.
That's true.
Okay, cool.
As long as my score is higher than Jeff
it's
and
a real
Neal's
pitcher's
score.
duel. Question 5, adaptations. The novels Sharp Objects, Dark Places, and Gone Girl have all been adapted for either film or television. The author of these novels had a hand in the adaptations as well. And kudos to her because both Sharp Objects and Gone Girl were critically acclaimed and nominated for awards. Please name the author.
Could finally lock one in. Okay, we're good.
Yep.
I don't know her name. Do you?
Good. No, I don't know books.
All right. We're going to say just the name that was in my skull, which I don't know where it's coming from, but Susan Collins.
We locked
Is that
in
a person?
Suzanne Collins wrote
yeah, that's Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn.
You're close. I loved Sharp Objects, and it was a great HBO miniseries. This is Chicago native Gillian Flynn.
Good job, and good job on the pronunciation of Gillian, too.
Oh, man, I was so close.
Gillian Flynn, good job.
All right, so after 5 in the second round, no additional points for us. What are you guys? Simply the best?
Mm-hmm.
You guys got 10 more points. You're at 80. 90 to 80.
Yeah, we're going to need some comment to clean up these poor scores, but we just need to win, like Ken said.
Speaking of awards, Oscar winners are determined by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, but who decides who wins a Golden Globe Award?
We are locked in.
Matt, I believe this is the foreign press.
I think that the ceremony is held about half a mile from my store, if I'm correct, and I believe that's the foreign press.
We locked in with the Hollywood foreign press.
Well, since Matt said it's like a mile from a store or whatever, it can be assumed that it's the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. Both teams get points.
All right. Got that home cooking from the umpire. Sweet.
Okay, question 7, the internet. Based on average internet connection speeds, which country currently has the fastest internet in the world? Hint, it is not the United States. Another hint, it is in Asia. And one more hint, I did have to double check that this country is in fact its own independent country, and I am still not sure if I know the answer.
All right. After discussing with Neal a few different places in Asia we think would have decently fast internet connections, we locked in on a country we think is a country.
Okay, but it has disputed independence, perhaps?
Or we're just confused.
All right, so Matt sent me Hong Kong. I think that's a good answer. There's also Taiwan. Singapore came to mind, but I think that's just a country.
Yeah, I think Taiwan is heavily disputed,
Taiwan definitely is.
and I think Hong Kong would skews more towards not being seen as an independent nation now.
But I do like the idea of the high internet speeds being associated with Hong Kong. That seems plausible. Do you want to go with Hong Kong?
Yeah, we can lock in with that.
As far as we know, Hong Kong is definitely a part of China, which is part of the problem right now. Taiwan, according to China and most of the world, is also a part of China, although we act like it is and isn't. But we guessed Singapore because we know that's an independent country, and we think that with its small size and high tech, it's probably got the fastest internet speeds.
Oh, damn. It's Taiwan.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Nope, that was a legit way that you answered the question.
Yeah.
Or that you asked the question.
It was said, so
Yeah.
we just didn't pick.
We
just didn't
danced
pick
around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost there. Close, but no cigar. All right, question 8, television. On the television show Home Improvement, main character Tim Taylor had a show called Tool Time. What fictional hardware and power tool company sponsored Tool Time?
You got it, Neil? We can lock in.
Okay.
I think I'm like I can see the logo in my head, and I see Tool Time and the sponsor like blurred out for some reason. It's one of those. You didn't watch the show very much, Ken?
I watched it, but this is a detail that I would have never noticed.
He was either wearing a sweater with this on it or lions. He was always wearing like one of those. Binford? Binford is the answer.
And we also went with Binford Tools.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy because hardly anyone got this right when I play tested it with people. So good job. It's Binford Tools.
This is your market audience right here.
I know. Good job.
Needed more points.
What a ridiculous
The Lakers play
bit.
that on their organ, like the Home Improvement music.
Of course they do.
They're so great. Question 9, Law and Order. What type of businesses are subject to dram shop laws?
All right, Matt and I both had the same idea, so we're going to lock in.
Oh, okay. Do you have any ideas on this?
No, I was just going to ask you the same.
The only thing that I'm picking up, which I don't think is correct, is dram, meaning like Dramamine. Maybe it's something with water, like people get seasick.
So what would they be prohibited from selling, or what would it affect their selling?
I guess I have no idea. Like, I'm just thinking of like waterboat casinos. They're legally able to gamble as long as it's on the water. There's water touching it. I have no idea. But
that's an interesting one. The only other thing I could think of is like liquor laws, like where you're dry towns and where you're allowed to sell liquor.
Oh yeah, that's interesting too. Yeah, I mean, whatever you think. Either one of those I'm good with.
Well, I like my gut. Let's just go with the ability to sell liquor.
Sounds good.
You need to pick an establishment.
Liquor store.
Okay. And we said bars.
Okay, good job. Both teams get credit. It's any business that sells or serves alcohol and essentially extends third-party liability to those businesses that overserve customers who would get into any kind of accident causing property damage or bodily harm. So they could be sued in civil court for that. I felt compelled to put a law question in there. I really didn't want to, but glad I did. Good job. Question 10. This one's for you, Ken.
All right.
Yeah. When directly translated from French to English, what household item literally means putrid pot?
Why is this for me?
It's a clue.
Neil's the one who took French.
Is this just for Ken to answer?
No.
Oh, okay.
All right. We are going to lock in on our side.
So the French is sort of helping me a little bit, Jeff, but I don't... I'm not 100% sure, but the word, it is a trivia game. The word potpourri, P-O-T, pot, and then pourri, I can't remember if it's smelly or putrid or whatever, but there's a lot of random stuff in there that makes smells. So that's my guess.
That's interesting. The only other thing I could think of jokingly is toilette, which is a putrid pot. So
That is a putrid pot. You're correct. Yeah, if you're okay with potpourri, I think
yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I mean, you know French more than I do, so
that would be my guess.
All right.
Let's lock it
Well,
in.
I finally cracked the clue about this being my question because my category of choice is potpourri. So
That's right. I'm doing finger guns. Yeah. Both teams, good job to you figuring it out, you French masters.
We ended up finishing that round pretty strong.
all right, after 10 in the second round, very close today. 130 for the statistically worst team, and 120 for simply the best.
Very close scores. I'm so excited to read you these final categories. Your final categories are If I Were a Boy, Halo, Drunken Love, Video Phone, and Grown Woman.
All right, all the wagers are locked in, but before we get the questions, let's talk about Patreon really quick. Neal?
Yeah, we've had a huge growth of patrons, which we appreciate, especially during this difficult time. So we appreciate all of you reaching out to us over at patreon.com/Triviality Podcast. We've had a lot of fun fulfilling different character boxes, sending out stickers, posters, and all different types of things that we're excited about. But we've updated all of our tiers. You may have heard it a few times, but we have some great new names for our tiers and a few new ones.
Yeah, the perks have changed a little bit, but we put some great artwork up there by Harley Physicus, my good friend, and hopefully you guys can check that out and join us over on Patreon. And so today we wagered 10, 20, 10, 10, 10, and you guys wagered 20s all the way down. So we're being a little conservative with our points, so let's see how it turns out. The questions, please.
All right, If I Were a Boy. Fortunately, you guys will never have to get a pap smear because a pap smear only screens for what? Question 2, Halo. The Los Angeles Angels is a Major League Baseball team that is now managed by Joe Madden, who replaced Brad Osmus, who was only manager for one season in 2019. However, prior to Osmus, this man served as the Angels manager from 2000 to 2018, giving him the longest tenure in the team's history. Drunken Love. During quarantine, people fell in love with a viral video of Stanley Tucci making an Italian cocktail comprised of gin, sweet vermouth, Campari, and an orange peel garnish. What cocktail was he making? Question 4, Video Phone. In 2000, the first cell phones with built-in cameras became publicly available. What cellular phone manufacturer first came out with the camera phone? Question 5, Grown Woman. This one actually is about Beyonce. Probably the hardest of the whole quiz, I'd say. Prior to becoming a grown woman, at age 9, Beyonce formed a singing and rapping girls group in 1990 with childhood friends. In 1992, the group lost on the television talent show Star Search, and a recording of Ed McMahon's announcing this loss can be heard on Beyonce's song Flawless off her self-titled album. Name this group, which is a precursor to Destiny's Child.
Okay, we will consider these answers, and we'll be back. All the answers are now locked in, so can we get the questions one more time and see if we can conquer these two losers across from me right here?
Of course you can. Again, I'm rooting for you guys, but not really. Just kidding.
Impartial.
If I were a boy, fortunately, you guys will never have to get a pap smear because a pap smear only screens for what?
At first, I wrote down HPV, but men can have that too, guys. Get your shots nice and early. So the thing that women can have that men can't is cervical cancer.
Yeah, I was pretty sure the screen's for cervical cancer, so that's what we locked in with.
I'm so proud of you guys knowing this female anatomy question. My husband said ovarian cancer, but it is cervical cancer.
All right, 10 points for us and 20 for these guys.
All right, Halo. The Los Angeles Angels is a Major League Baseball team that is now managed by Joe Madden, who replaced Brad Osmus, who was only manager for one season in 2019. However, prior to Osmus, this man served as the Angels manager from 2000 to 2018, giving him the longest tenure in the team's history.
Matt, would you like to take this one for 20 points, actually?
Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that this was definitely Dusty Baker, but that's what I said.
We were talking about Dusty Baker too, but we remembered that he would have been on the Cubs at the time between 2000 and 2018.
And then I think he was with the Nationals for a while.
Yeah, and so we were really excited, but we figured it was wrong. But we just figured they really like Joe's in L.A., so we went with Joe Piscopo.
Oh, all right. Nobody's getting the points. It is Mike Scioscia.
Yeah. Dusty Baker is with the Giants, and that's what I was thinking of. So, very wrong there.
You got to know your team, Matt.
I know.
Ha.
My team. Go ahead.
All right. Okay, Drunken Love. During quarantine, people fell in love with a viral video of Stanley Tucci making an Italian cocktail comprised of gin, sweet vermouth, Campari, and an orange peel garnish. What cocktail was he making?
Matt, for 10 points?
Took me a little bit, but I was going back to my brief 2-month stint as a bartender at MJ's and just reminded me of the Negroni.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. I watched all these videos because I love Stanley Tucci. I knew it was something primo, and I couldn't think of the second word. I'm sure Matt's correct, but we just said primo Midori.
Shot of Midori, perhaps.
I think the primo he was using was the brand of vermouth because I went out and bought all the ingredients and actually made this cocktail on Thursday, and I was flying because it's all alcohol. But Matt and Ken are right. It's a Negroni.
Mm-hmm.
Video phone. In 2000, the first cell phones with built-in cameras became publicly available. What cellular phone manufacturer first came out with the camera phone?
For this one, we just kind of had to guess. We remember Motorola had the Razor, so we assumed they were on the cutting edge and said Motorola.
Yeah, we too figured that over all the years, Motorola had a lot of the cutting edge technology, and we was like, maybe it was Nokia, but we ended up sticking with Motorola.
Oh, and you're both wrong. The answer is Samsung.
Oh, wow.
Grown woman. Prior to becoming a grown woman at age 9, Beyonce formed a singing and rapping girls group in 1990 with childhood friends. In 1992, the group lost on the television talent show Star Search, and a recording of Ed McMahon announcing this loss can be heard on Beyonce's song Flawless off her self-titled album. Name this group, which was a precursor to Destiny's Child.
Boy, we had no idea, so we said Girls' Night.
You were very close. The only reason I knew this is because I tried out for Star Search and only made it 2 rounds at the age of 15. I believe that was Girls' Time with a Y.
I said that whoever got this right would be my hero, and Neal, you are my hero. It is Girls' Time. Ken and Matt so close with Girls' Night. I was like, my poker face was going crazy.
All right, after that final round, looks like we both lost 20 points. But we were ahead by 10, so that will end up with us with 110, you guys with 100 even, and we are today's cream of the crop, improving those stats.
The cream will rise at the top. Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty soon we are going to be the sabermetric choice, Matt.
Yeah, we just need to win about 14 more in a row to get back to 500, and hey, anything can happen, right?
I want somebody to do
learn your baseball answers.
I want somebody to do some sabermetrics on us when they're picking their teammate next time.
I'd like to see that, as long as they're eating something, right?
Yeah.
What is your VORP on geography questions?
I don't know what that means, but sure.
It's your value over replacement podcaster.
All right. Well, Kendall, thank you very much for joining us. That was a lot of fun. Difficult questions today, but we had a blast.
Yeah. Any one you'd like to shout out, or any last words? Say hello to Rocky, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, I think somebody saw Rocky. You guys all saw him, right?
Oh yeah.
He's so cute. I'd like to dedicate the winning performance to him. I know you guys were fighting for him hard. But on a serious note, I suppose, my dad is a 42-year career mail carrier, so I'm hoping that the post office is not abolished and he will still have a job. So buy stamps or whatever else to support your post office.
Yep, I sent my rent check in today.
And
good job.
We're always at the post office sending out Patreon rewards, and we're hoping to keep doing that to keep supporting them.
Yep.
Awesome.
I would like to dedicate this victory to the Postal Service in Such Great Heights, which is a great song. Yeah.
All right, on that note, we thank Kendall again for being on the show. For Matt, Kendall, Jeff, Neal, I am Ken. That was Triviality. is equally hard for them as it is for us, which is the name of my porno. Or the name of my sex tape.